Welcome back, everyone. I am the Depressed Dior, and this is Arkham Horror, the card game. We're doing Return to Night of the Zealot, and we're going to be starting with The Gathering. All right. So one thing I haven't really mentioned about setup is generally you're actually supposed to do your mulligans, and you're drawing in mulligans before you actually do the setup. But for the purposes of recording, I usually do the setup first and reading the intro, mainly so I can put a save down. Where if in a situation where I mess up the rules, I don't have to redo the entire intro every single time and the entire setup every single time. There are some campaigns and scenarios where I will not be able to do that because of certain events that happen to it. But for the purposes, I just want to disclose that in this particular series while I still have the chance. So for the sake of that, I am going to go ahead and set up first and then handle everything else. So as far as the setup's concerned, there's not a specific booklet for the Return to. They have this little side thing that kind of explains some of it. Also, the other side of the Return to booklet also includes stuff about the achievement list, where you can do things where you are trying to challenge yourself further. As you can see here, it has quite a bit of challenges here. Some of them are pretty much expected, like interrogating all 6 cultists in Midnight Mask. Choosing not to bring Lita along, burning your house down in the burn your house down to the ground, burn your house to the ground in the Gathering. So some of these I have actually done the achievement for, but yes, and then some of them are like beat the game on a certain difficulty and all that good stuff. This one's like without killing a cultist. It's kind of interesting. I'm not at the skill level to dare try to do the achievements, besides the ones I accidentally do. So I'm not going to worry about those. Anyway, as for the, like I said, the story stuff does not change, so I'm not going to be rereading that. Instead, they give us a little card here that will kind of handle everything for us. So some of this is already set up for us thanks to Arkham, the Arkham Horror Tabletop Simulator module, so we're good to go on that front. From the gameplay and replace it. Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's right here. So instead of doing trapped like we did before, we're going to have mysterious gateway, and it shows you the little icon that you're supposed to use. So it does most of it for us, so we don't need to worry about it. But in the back here, we are going to be swapping out the locations, and then it says to go ahead and put a bunch of locations into play, and then pick random locations for the attic and cellar. So that is what we're going to be doing right now. We're going to shuffle, take the top, and that's the one we're removing. All right, take the top, shuffle, and that's the one we're removing. Okay, so we got all that set up. And I believe, yeah, we're still starting. Each investigator does start in the study of the aberrant gateway, which is over here. I believe the descriptions are different, so I will be reading those as we go along. All right. Aberrant Gateway. You've been investigating the strange events occurring in Arkham for several months now. Your desk is covered in newspaper articles, police reports, and witness accounts. All right, up here, I'm going to go ahead and shuffle the encounter deck. Take a look at this. What's going on? It's Agenda 1A, 3 Doom. It is late at night. You are holed up in your study researching the bloody disappearances that have been taking place in the region. A few hours into your research, you hear the sound of strange chanting coming from your parlor down the hall. At the same time, you hear dirt churning as if something were digging beneath the floor. Some of these may be repeats, but I'll go ahead and read them if they're the agendas. All right, Act 1A, Mysterious Gateway. As you leap to investigate, the door to your study vanishes before your eyes, leaving behind a strange gateway to another part of your house. There must be a reason why this is happening. Only investigators in the guest hall may spend the requisite number of clues as a group to advance. 6 clues to advance. As for the Gathering, skulls are going to be -X, where X is the number of ghoul enemies at your location. Cultist is -1. If you fail, take 1 horror. And then the tablet is -2, and if there's a ghoul enemy at your location, you will take 1 damage even if you pass. All right, so with all that said and done, I think we are good to go. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put a save here, and I'll be right back. And we're back. Okay, we do start with 2 horror on both Sister Mary and Merely Lambeau. Sister Mary will make us start with 2 bless tokens in the back, so we'll add 2 bless. And let's go ahead and shuffle and draw. That is a weakness. Okay. We are starting with Arcane Initiate right off the bat. That's good. We do have Mystifying Song, which is kind of hilarious. We have a Deduction, as well as a Holy Rosary and a Ward of Protection. All this is kind of neat, but I don't know if I want to hold on to some of this stuff. This is the problem. The biggest issue right now is I have nothing to go with the Arcane Initiate as far as spells are concerned. So I think I'm going to go ahead and tag out the Ward of Protection. I am going to go ahead and tag out the Mystifying Song. And I am going to tag out the Deduction. I will keep the Holy Rosary. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Well, we got the Moonlight Ritual, so that's good. We do have a Shriveling. We don't have anything really for investigating, though, besides our natural intelligence. So at least we got that, I guess. All right. And then for Sister Mary here, we're going to go ahead and deal the orange. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I did forget to switch this. Turn the hands to disabled. There we go. That's a weakness. Draw. Okay. We're already starting with a Runic Axe. That's a good place to be at. Everything else here we don't really need immediately. So we're going to go ahead and just get everything but the Runic Axe. Alright, 2 String of Curses. Deny Existence. And we do have a Shriveling. Again, another situation where we have our attack spell, but not the other thing. It's a good display of the risk of being a mystic-style character that's flexing. Alright, so with all that, we are good to go. Let's go ahead and begin with the investigation phase. We'll flip this location over. It has 3 Shroud, 2 Clues, 2 actions, a double action to draw 3 cards. Only the lead investigator can activate this ability. And forced, when an enemy attempts to spawn at a location that is not in play, put that location into play and spawn that enemy there. The door to your study has vanished, leaving in its wake a gateway to another part of your house. So originally, in the original gathering, if you drew a monster that couldn't spawn, like the one that spawns in the attic and the cellar, you would just end up discarding them, which is a bit of a pain. Let's see. At random, set them aside. Okay, so yeah, right now these should be set aside, and then these should be out of play. So right now these are not there. You know what? I'm just going to leave it on there. It doesn't really matter. We know it's supposed to be here. Okay. And then the door to your study has vanished, leaving in its wake a gateway to another part of your house. So the description is different there. It leads into the guest hall. Somehow you've ended up in a completely different part of your house. All right. So with all that in mind, how should we start this? The lead investigator is Marie Lambeau, so we could do a double action to draw 3 cards and see where that puts us. And then we could use that opportunity to just get some extra actions. Yeah, I think we'll try that. So I'm going to double action and do the, is it once per game? Nope, you can just do it. All right, I'm going to draw 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. All right, we got our weakness, which is a little unfortunate, and there's not really much I can do about it because the agenda is going to cycle too quickly. What we can do with him, though, is we can go ahead and exhaust him and put a Doom on him. And that'll give me the opportunity to go ahead and spend 5 to get to use my Mystic action to get out the Shriveling, and the 2 I'll go ahead and use to get out the Holy Rosary. I'll get her up to 5 willpower. All right. And that's kind of it for her right now. I can do some investigating, but right now I think we're just going to try to get set up as best as we can. All right. Next, I will go ahead and start with, does this guy have any text? No, he doesn't have a quote. And I'm pretty sure we've done Holy Rosary before, but whether focused through a mundane trinket or a mystical artifact, there is real power and faith all the same. Okie dokie. All right, so for Sister Mary, I want to go ahead and spend 4 for now to go ahead and get out the Runic Axe. And then I'm going to go ahead and draw a card. And then I'm going to draw another card. All right. Not the best start. We'll go ahead and go straight into enemy phase. Nothing going on with that. We got upkeep. All right, and then upkeep. All right. And then end of round, I will add a Bless token with Sister Mary's effect. We'll flip that to show we've done it. And we're now 2 of 3 thanks to the Doom that we already have in play. So first bad card, Frozen in Fear. This will make it so move, fight, and evades will become more expensive action-wise. That's fine. I'll leave that in play for now. And we get Swarm of Rats. Okay. Nothing too crazy there. I'll go ahead and take my actions now. Not much I can do with Baron Samedi right now, so that's alright. I'm going to go ahead and just use this opportunity to do some investigating. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do Moonlight Ritual. Actually, not Moonlight Ritual. Well, yeah, I'll be doing that too, I guess. I'm gonna throw out a Moonlight Ritual to become 5 to 3 on the Investigate. So 5 to 3. All right. With this, we can add 1 Doom or remove 1 Doom from a card you control. Okay. Well, I definitely passed the check, so I do get a clue here. And then I will go ahead and add a Doom to Baron Samedi. And then I'm going to exhaust him and put another Doom on him. And that's 3 Doom, so I can now remove him. All right. Wasn't expecting things to go that well. All right. In that case, I'm going to go ahead and spend an action getting out my Arcane Initiate, which is going to have 1 Doom on her, unfortunately. I am going to go ahead and exhaust her and take a look at the top 3 cards. And only 1 spell. I get the Deny Existence. And I shuffle the deck. And then for my Mystic Spell action, I am going to go ahead and just play my Moonlight Ritual just to get rid of the other Doom. Because right now we don't really need the extra actions for the what we're doing. Then I will go ahead and just investigate this location. I'm going to go ahead and use Deny Existence so I can have 5 to 3. Alright, we do pass. We do lose 1 of our blesses. Alright, we got all the clues here. We still need another 4 clues though. Alright, Sister Mary, I'm going to go ahead and fight with her. I'm going to go ahead and just go 4 to 1 here with the Runic Axe, not spending any charges. Alright, that's just -1, so we're good to go. Kills that, and then we're going to go ahead and move to the next area. Investigators in this location cannot take draw actions. So the keyword here is draw action. You can still get your upkeep card for that. How did you end up here? All right, and then we'll go ahead and move down to the bedroom. A shadow dances across the floor beneath the bedroom as you approach. All right. So it has 2 Shroud here. After you fail a skill test while investigating the bedroom, discard 1 card at random from your hand. The bed sheets are tattered and a strange symbol is drawn on the fabric. Blood pools at the foot of the closet door and you can hear something chewing inside. I did forget to do my test here with Frozen in Fear. I'm going to be 5 to 3. And I do pass. That's -2 and +2. So there you go. Already went through majority of our bless tokens. All right. That is everybody. We'll go ahead and go to upkeep. All right, 4 cards in hand. We'll go ahead and end a round, get a bless back. And now we're at 2 of 3. Riding remains. It will be 5 to 3. We're good to go. And for you, Chill from Below. Test 3 will. For each point you fail by, you must discard 1 card at random from your hand. For each card you cannot discard, take 1 damage. The ground is covered in ice and frost, and a deep chill courses through the air. Alright, I'll go ahead and just do the test, so 4 to 3. We pass, and we're good. Alright, so far so good. Let's go ahead and start. I'll have Sister Mary go check out the final room. Bathroom. As you approach the bathroom door, the weight of the putrid, unnatural air causes you to gag. After you reveal a skull, cultist, tablet, or auto-fail symbol while investigating the bathroom, lose all remaining actions and end your turn. The guest bathroom looks as though it hasn't been cleaned in years. A vicious A vicious green liquid fills the bathtub in the far corner of the room, and mold has grown across the walls. Okay. 1 shroud, 2 clues, so we can at least do some clue in here without too much issue. I have 2 book. I'm going to go ahead and just commit a... I'll commit a deny existence. So that'll put us at 3 to 2. Or 3 to 1, sorry. And we succeeded. We get a clue here. Progress made. Alright. Marie, exhaust Arcane Initiate, get top 3. We'll take that Rite of Seeking. So we did get our Cluven spell, but we need money for that. Alright, so for right now we'll go ahead and move. And we're going to go ahead and make our way down to bedroom. So that takes 2 actions to get there. I'm then going to go ahead and investigate this location, 4 to 2. And we pass and get the clue here. Alright, not doing the best pace, but at least we're getting somewhere. Alright, just straight to upkeep because we have no enemies. Oh good, a flashlight. That's actually much better. I can get that out for cheap. We did, unfortunately, also get Stupor, so we got that active now. Alright. Mythos, it's going to advance. A lapse in time, your house continues to change before your very eyes. The walls have decayed and the ground in many rooms has turned to dirt. It is almost as if you have been transported somewhere else entirely, although every now and again you recognize elements of your former home. The lead investigator must decide. Choose one. Either each investigator discards 1 card at random from his or her hand, or the lead investigator takes 2 horror. I'm okay with taking horror. So I'll put 1 on Arcane Initiate and 1 on Marie Lambeau. Alright, and then Rise of the Ghouls, the floor beneath you is giving way, and you see a vast network of tunnels twisting into the darkness below. Shapes and silhouettes of strange creatures move swiftly through the tunnels, trying to find a way up. You probably don't want to be here when they do. Alright, 7 Doom to advance. Alright, Mythos cards. Boop. Obscuring Fog, so gets +2 Shroud here. And Grave Eater. After Grave Eater attacks you, discard 1 card at random from your hand. Humanoid monster ghoul, 2 fight, 2 evasion, 2 health. Its position was a kind of crouch, and as one looked, one felt that at any moment it might drop its present prey and seek a juicier morsel. Good to know. All right, so we're engaged with that. I'll go ahead and start with Marie Lambeau first. We'll go ahead and do Arcane Initiate, top 3. We'll grab that String of Curses. Good to go. All right, I'm going to go ahead and spend 2 to get out the flashlight, and then I'm going to go ahead and use said flashlight to reduce the shroud. Spend 1 supply, investigate your location. It gets your location gets -2 shroud for this investigation. So it's going to go from 4 down to back down to 2. So we're 4 to 2 again, and we passed. And this will get discarded, and we'll get the clue. All right, clue get. And then for her last action, we'll go ahead and just move on to the. We have to go to the guest hall, right? Yep, guest hall. So guest hall get, and then. Sister Mary is going to go ahead and get to work here. I'm going to go ahead and fight. We're going to go ahead and use the Runic Axe. We'll use 1 charge of it to give it power, so we'll have +1 damage. And we're right now 4 to 2, thanks to the axe. So 4 to 2. We passed. We do lose that bless. Oh, I did forget to add a bless token back in, so I will. I'm actually going to go ahead and redo that check because I need to. So I will do that now. Okay, we're good to go. Or with our previous, yeah. Sorry about that. That does influence our checks. Actually, that influences a lot of our checks. We'll go ahead and do it. We'll also redo the check here because we need to. All right, we still pass. Okay. So with that, we did do 2 damage here. That kills him, and we're good with to go on that. I'm going to go ahead and investigate this location. So yeah, the reason why I redid those checks is because adding it does mess with the RNG for the Chaos Bag. It's literally an extra token. All right. I'm going to go ahead and commit a deny existence. So again, we're going to be 3 to 1. All right, we pass. We get the clue. And then we'll move and then go ahead and advance. All right, breaking the wall. The layout of your home is vastly different from its usual structure. Somehow your guest hall seems to have looped around on itself, and you are stuck with no way to enter the main hallway near the front of the house. You notice that the wall between the guest bedroom and the bathroom is rotted and stained with what appears to be old blood. With no other way to proceed, you have no choice but to bust through the weak, rotted wall. Put into play the set-aside hole in the wall location. Okay. I need this like I need a hole in my wall. All right. Choose an investigator in the guest hall. The chosen investigator immediately moves into the hole in the wall and reveals it. Then he or she must pass a 4 will check. For each point that investigator fails by, he or she must discard a random card from their hand. I'll go. I guess I'll do Marie Lambeau then. By the way, this location, after you reveal this location, put the set-aside attic, cellar, and parlor locations into play. So we have the attic and cellar now in play. The walls of your house are splattered with mud, and your hardwood floor is gone, replaced with a dirt path. Parlor. All right, just like before. Parlor. It's blocked by a darkly glowing, unfathomable barrier. You cannot move into the parlor. You're unsure what would happen if you tried to cross the threshold of the strange barrier, but based on its extreme heat, you're sure as hell don't want to try. All right, willpower check. 5 to 4. Yeah, we'll just go 5 to 4. All right, we broke even there, and that was a blessed token used. Okay, that is it for that. I didn't fail it. All right, the barrier, a glowing barrier, blocks the path to your parlor. As you move toward it, intense heat forces you to back away. Picking up a handful of dirt, you toss it at the barrier and watch in horror as the dirt incinerates. Perhaps there's something in the cellar or attic that can help. When the round ends, investigators in the hallway may, as a group, spend the requisite number of clues to advance. So 6 to advance. And that is our last action, so we'll do upkeep. We do get it drawn to the flame, okay. And Runic Axe. I will go ahead and end a round, add a blessed token. We're up to 3 again. Mythos, we're at 1. And we're going to draw. Frozen in Fear again. I'm going to go ahead and take the horror, and we'll go ahead and ward of protection that. So, don't want to lose our tempo. And then for you, Crypt Chill. Okay, 4 willpower. 4 to 4. Sure. All right, we'll go 4 to 4. And we fail it, so we have to get rid of an asset we control. Supernatural cold threatens to freeze your soul. So we do lose the Runic Axe. All right. I'm going to go ahead and spend 4 and get out my other Runic Axe. Then she'll move. And I will go ahead and take a draw action. There you go. All right. Then it goes to Marie Lambeau. I'll go ahead and take a look at top 3. Spell Paradox. There we go. All right. Let's see where we're going. Let's go downstairs into the attic. Or sorry, the cellar. The stairs leading down to the cellar are slick and they are glistening with a thin layer of ice. After you reveal the cellar, put the set-aside deep below your house location into play. Your cellar seems to have been replaced with an underground network of icy tunnels and caverns. The tunnels continue for miles deeper and deeper beneath the surface. Deep below your house. The tunnels extend for miles in every direction. Everywhere you look, strange canine creatures skitter on all fours in the distance, scrambling from one shadow to the next. All right. I'm going to go ahead and move down. All right, force after you reveal ghoul pits, test foot 3 for each point you fail by. Search the encounter deck and discard pile for a copy of Swarm of Rats and draw it. Shuffle the encounter deck. These pits seem to be the creature's lairs. They are ice cold and filled with the decaying remains of humans and other animals. You don't say. All right, well, right now our foot is 3. And I would like to at least get to 2. I do have a shriveling. So you know what? We'll go ahead and commit our string of curses for now. That'll give us 5 to 3. And that is it. We're good to go. And then for my last action, I will go ahead and I don't want to do this on the first round. Let's put it that way. This place does have victory 1, by the way. I'll go ahead and gain a... Well, actually, I will draw a card. I think that's what we'll do for this round. Okay, lucky. Cool. That is everybody. Let's go ahead and go straight into upkeep. Hey, Hawkeye folding camera. All right. Could have used all this a little sooner, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and use end around ability. Get 4 bless. Mythos, we're now up to 2. Let's see. Add bless token. Yep, we're good to go. All right. Card. In the attic. Humanoid ghoul, monster ghoul spawns in attic. A monstrous creature feeds from the rotting carcass in the attic. Victory 1. 4 fight, 4 health, and 1 evasion. Hits for 1 damage and 2 horror. The good news is he's not elite, so I can kill him pretty easily, in fact. All right, and then for you, hazard from below. Okay, 4 versus 3. Let's go ahead and do it. 4 versus 3. Is it -1 or -0? Yeah. Look. All right, so I do pass. We're good to go. Let's go ahead and start with, I'm going to start with Sister Mary. I'm going to go ahead and move her up. The smell of rotten meat assaults your nostrils as you approach the attic stairs. Oh, good. So we get engaged with that, and then after you reveal the attic, put the set aside far above your house location into play. The bloody carcass of some sort of beast swings from a meat hook chained into the ceiling. Blood drains slowly from the carcass, dripping into a small barrel. To your surprise, a wooden ladder at the far end of the attic ascends through your roof to an even higher area. So we got that going for us. We'll just set this up for that. And then we can do that. There we go. All right, got engaged by this Flesh Eater. I'm going to go ahead and spend a resource to play String of Curses. Choose non-elite enemy at your location, and either choose one, automatically evade that enemy, and place 1 doom on it. It cannot take damage for the remainder of the round. Discover 1 clue at your location, and then if that enemy has 1 or more doom on it, defeat it and gain 1 resource for each doom on it. So I'm going to go ahead and put a doom on it and automatically evade it. It is a parlay move, by the way. Oh, that's actually a problem. I can only parlay once. Okay, that's still not the end of the world. I'm just going to have to wait around. So I'll put a doom on it. I can't hurt it right now. I will get a clue from that location, though. And then I'll go ahead and spend an action just gaining... I'll gain a resource. That'll be the last thing I do. So yeah, I can only do parlay once because of this thing, which is a kind of a bit rough. But it's okay. The 1 doom here is not going to end us. We still have plenty of time. So yeah, we got all that going for us. Let's go ahead and go with Maria Lambeau. Top 3 again with Arcane Initiate. No spells. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and spend I'm going to spend an action to gain a resource, and then spend an action spending said resources to get out Hawkeye folding camera. And it's a bit risky to do this, but I think I'll go ahead and do it. I'm going to do Draw into the Flame, draw the top card of the encounter deck, then discover 2 clues at your location. We live on a placid island of ignorance in the midst of black seas of infinity, and it was not meant that we should voyage so far. All right, we get a encounter card. Dissonant Voices, good timing. All right, that was my last action anyway, so I'll get the 2 clues here. Since I got the last clues here, I will go ahead and activate this and put an evidence on it. So now I get +1 willpower, so I have 6. And that is it for her. All right, I'm going to go ahead and discard this Dissonant Voices because it's end of round. And then this monster will eventually unexhaust and re-engage. Upkeep. And upkeep. And then we'll get a +Bless there. And then yet another Doom. All right, 4 of 7. Draw. Okay, we're 6-3 right now, so I'll just do the check. We pass, we lose a Bless. The Zealot Seal, Hex. Each investigator with 3 or fewer cards in hand must take 1 damage and 1 horror. For investigators with 4 or more cards in hand, test will 2. Each investigator who fails must discard 2 cards at random from his or her hand. The 3rd seal will be the last. Alright, we are currently 4-2. We do pass. Okay, with that, we'll go ahead and... oh yeah, I forgot to flip this. There we go. Yeah, we did add the Bless token, so we're good to go. All right, I'm going to go ahead and spend an action to spend a resource to do String of Curses and kill this thing, because it has a Doom on it, so I will gain 1 resource for every Doom on it. So we'll get the resource that we just spent back, and goes to victory. Cool. Next, I'll go ahead and spend 2 to get out the Holy Rosary. So now we have 5 will. And unfortunately, her ability to investigate leaves much to be desired. We can go up to see what's up there, but I don't think there's anything I care about down there. So yeah, I'm just going to move back 1. Marie is going to go ahead and spend an act. Well, first I'm going to take a look at top 3 and see what we got playing around here. All right, none of the. Oh, we do get the Mystifying Song. All right. I'll go ahead and start moving. We're gonna go ahead and just move our way all the way up there. Because obviously this location probably has victory as well. So we're just trying to get what we can. All right, that makes that quick and easy. We'll go ahead and do upkeep. All right. And then upkeep. All right. Of course, I finally get my Right of Seeking. We'll go ahead and add a Doom. Go ahead and also add the Bless because I forgot to do it. And then draw cards. Spawns in the Corpse Hungry Ghoul. Spawns in the bedroom. Hunter. 4 fight, 3 health, 3 evasion. Humanoid monster ghoul. Behind the door to your closet. The creature finishes its meal. Its appetite insatiable. It quickly turns its attention to you. Victory 1. Spawns in the bedroom. Okay, well, we'll let that come to us then. Not a big deal. It's also non-elite, so it's definitely killable. I could one-shot it if assuming I don't fail the checks. But if I do fail the checks, it can become a bit ugly. So, and then for you, another ghoul. All right, a Grave Eater this time. All right, let's get started then. Marie. First action, go ahead and play your Emergency Cash, get up to 5. And then spend... Actually, you know what? Don't do that yet. Let's see what we got up there. We'll move up 1. You struggle to believe this is even possible, considering the attic is the highest point in your home, or at least it was. Alright, after you reveal Field of Graves, test Will 4 for each point you fail by. Discard one card at random from your hand, or from each player's hand. You climb the ladder and emerge from a pit in the ground amidst an endless field of graves. Each bears a branch from your family tree. Victory 1, 2 Shroud, 2 Clues. Alright, 6 to 4. We pass. Alright, and then I'm going to go ahead and draw into the flame. Grab both clues here. Of course, we do have to draw the encounter card. Crypt Chill. I'll do 6 to 4. And we pass. So we're good to go. Alright, get both clues here, and again, I'll put a resource on Hawkeye Folding Camera, so now we have 5 book. And then I'll go ahead and just move back. Oh, also, I didn't take a look at top 3. Top 3. Ray of Seeking. We'll put it in our hand. Now we have too many cards in our hand. Alright, I'll go ahead and move back for my last action. Sister Mary. Sorry for all the zoom in. I'm going to go ahead and spend a charge to do power. So +1. You know, come to think of it, what's her name? Akachi can use a Runic Axe because it uses charges. That's pretty funny. Alright, so yeah, Grave Eater. Let's go ahead and mess around with that. Poop. Alright, 2 damage. It is dead. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and just gain a resource. And then I'm going to go ahead and spend those resources. Actually, I won't spend those. I'll gain another resource on top of that. Okay. Enemy phase. Corpse Hunger Ghoul is going to move up. Enemy phase. That was enemy phase. Upkeep. Alright, I have too many cards. I'm going to go ahead and just get rid of the deduction because I don't need it anymore. Oh, actually, we might need it. Let's get rid of Right of Seeking. We don't need all of those anymore. Okay, and then for you, oh yeah, right, do that. Okay, and then gain a Bless. We're up to 6. Mythos, we're 5 of 7. Rotting Remains. We pass. I can put a Doom on something if I really want to. I honestly don't, so we're not going to worry about it. And we get Rats. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and start with Sister Mary. I'm going to go ahead and fight 4 to 1. And then I'm going to move and say hi to this thing. And then I'm going to go ahead and spend 2 resources to do Spectral Razor. Add your willpower to the skill value of this attack. Immediately before this attack, you may engage the attacked enemy. This attack deals +1 damage or +2 if it's non-elite. So we're 8 to 4. And we pass. We do 3 damage and kill it. Alright. Marie Lambeau. I'm going to go ahead and investigate this location. I'm now 5 to 3. Good to go. Again, I'm not going to bother. I'm going to put a resource on this. That's now I have +1 sanity for what it's worth. And then I'll move down. When the round ends, the people in the hallway can spend the clues to advance. Okay. Well, unfortunately, I actually shorted myself a clue because Sister Mary grabbed it. So I move down. And yeah, for the last action, I'm just going to gain a resource. Actually, for the last action, I will just get out my Shriveling. Alright. So with that, no enemies, go to Upkeep. Upkeep. And then flip this for the Bless. Alright, 6 of 7. Okay, Grave Eater. And Icy Ghoul in the cellar. Alright. 3 fight, 4 health, 4 evasion, humanoid monster ghoul, Inside the tunnels beneath the house, a massive beast tears its way out of the ice. It is covered in a thick layer of frost, its breath visible in the bitter cold. You don't say. All right. We'll have not much I can do about that. Sure, we'll go ahead and do it this way. I'm going to go ahead and use a spell, Shriveling, to deal with the Grave Eater. So this puts us at 6-2. Good to go. Does 2 damage. I'll go ahead and move down and say hi to this thing, and then blast it with Shriveling. So 6-3. Okay, 2 damage. Sister Mary will come down here, and then go ahead and thwack it. We'll go spend 2 charges, and we'll do accuracy and power, and that kills it. Alright, good news is we got pretty much all the victory monsters. Bad news is we kind of are running out of time. Alright. Upkeep. We'll discard the Rite of Seeking. Upkeep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't need the Prepare for the Worst. Okay. And then it's going to be a new round. Get the Bless. Doom will advance. The tunnels below. A feral beast, roughly humanoid, with a canine cast and hooves for feet, tears through the ground in front of you. Below the floor, you can see vast tunnels beneath your house. Fiendish howling echoes from deep within the underground caverns. Shuffle the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck. Discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until a ghoul is discarded. Lead investigator draws that enemy. Okay. And then they're getting out. You hear a crazed howl outside, and suddenly all creatures turn their attention to that sound. They rush to escape the house, breaking down doors and clawing at everything in their way. At the end of the enemy phase, each unengaged ghoul enemy moves 1 location towards the parlor. At the end of the round, place 1 doom on this agenda for each ghoul enemy in the hallway or parlor. Got it. So with that, I'll go ahead and start with Marie. I'm going to go ahead and blast away with Shriveling. Okay, kills it. Yeah, we're good to go. I don't think we've drawn any of the tablets while dealing with ghouls. If I did, I apologize. It probably wouldn't have made much of a difference either way, though. Oh, actually... Oh, I didn't have enough resources. Never mind. I could have done... I was thinking about Mystifying Song, but apparently that it was too late for that. Okie dokie. Then it goes to Sister Mary. Actually, sorry, I attacked, moved, and then for my last action, I'm just going to gain a resource. Actually, I'm going to play Emergency Cash and get 3 resources. There we go. Sister Mary will move up. She'll play Emergency Cash as well. Go up to 8. And then she'll go ahead and spend 3 to get out Shriveling. Alright. End of round. When the round ends, investigators in the hallway may spend as a group the clues. We have all 6 now here. We advance. But that's at the end of the round. We'll take care of that in a second. Upkeep. Upkeep. Bless. Alright, now do it. Okay. Breaking the barrier. Using the barrel from the attic, you carry ice and snow from the cellar and hurl it at the barrier. The barrier sparks and shudders. As it consumes the ice, then hisses and fades out of existence. The barrier blocking the passage into the parlor has vanished. Reveal the parlor. Put the set-aside leader Chandler into play in the parlor. Spawn the set-aside ghoul priest in the hallway. Okay, and K. Alright, same thing as before. It's just a 4 check to parlay here. And again, you can just flee if you want to. And then Lita Chandler herself. She's a little different now. Each investigator location gets +1 fight, so it's no longer limited to just to monsters. And then when an investigator location successfully attacks a monster enemy, that investigator deals +1 damage. Alright, and then this guy, of course, is this guy. And we'll spawn I guess it'll go after you. Alright, same thing as before. 10 health, 2 victory, hits for 2 and 2, 4 and 4. Figure in red robes, wearing a bone mask, it gibbers and snarls before leaping to attack. Alright, we'll get our first doom here. And draw. Alright, 6 to 3. Pass. And a Grave Eater. Okay. So let's so you hit for 2 and 2, huh? I'll go ahead and do Storm Spirits. I'll spend, well, actually, before we do that, I'll have Marie go. Marie's going to go ahead and move. And she's going to go ahead and parlay with Lita Chandler there. I'm not going to bother doing an Arcane Initiate. We're kind of past that. So right now we're 5 to 4, and I'm going to go ahead and commit both deductions. So that'll make us 7 to 4 for the parlay check. Alright, we pass. I'll grab Lita and discard the Arcane Initiate. Alright. And then for last action, I'm going to go ahead and move back. Alright, so +1 fist, +1 fist. And we'll go to town with this. I'm going to spend 3 resources and play Storm of Spirits. I'll target the Grave Eater. I'm using willpower for this, so I'll be 5 to 2. Okay, we pass. We'll do 2 damage to each enemy. So this will die, and this will take 2. Alright, this thing does have Retaliate, so have fun with that. And was that during, can it be done anytime? Successfully attacks a monster enemy. I think it only would apply the extra damage to the ghoul I just attacked, so I'll just leave it be. Alright, so yeah, second action, I'm probably going to go ahead and attack. So yeah, I'll go ahead and attack. I'll spend 2 charges of Runic Axe. That'll give me +2 fight and +1 damage, so that'll put me at 7 to 4. Pass, get rid of the bless. Does 2 damage. And then last action, I'm going to go ahead and try to evade. And I'll go ahead and commit Promise of Power. So that's going to make us 7 to 4. And it will spin a curse. Okay, it is evaded. Alright. Enemy upkeep. It's going to re-engage. Upkeep. Oh, good, you spawn. That thing that follows. We'll put you all the way over here. And then for you, upkeep. Cool. And then gain a bless. Gain a doom. And get to work. 6 to 3. Good to go. Lose a bless. Crypt Chill. She'll take a horror and do ward of protection. So we don't have to deal with that. Oh, I did forget to do this. I did hit 1 time, so this should have done +1 damage. So it should be at 5, actually. Alright. Alright then, let's go ahead and start with Sister Mary. I'll have her spend 2 charges. So again, she's going to be 7 to 4. Success. So it's going to do 3 damage thanks to Lita. And then I will go ahead and attack 1 more time, and I'll just do accuracy. Alright, those cancel each other out, and that is enough to kill. Also, I didn't actually read this, did I? A woman with a torch stands. Yeah, what have you done? A woman with a torch stands in your parlor, a glimmer of hatred in her eyes. What have you done to my barrier? She screams, furious, before you can answer. A ghastly wail sounds behind you, and a creature wearing robes and a deer skull mask tears through the wall, advancing towards you. And we just defeated the Ghoul Priest. So that is it. Yeah, because it's 10 health. Yeah, we did 10 damage. All right, good to go. We'll go ahead and advance, and then we get to choose to burn it all down. We will. So lead investigator will go ahead and do resolution 1. Resolution 1 is the same as last time, so we will say that we burned down the house. And then lead investigator will get lead at Chandler, which is fine, we can take her. And then 1 mental trauma, so now she has 3 mental trauma. And then we also get victory plus 2, so we actually get 9 experience. Pretty sure we got all the experience that could possibly get. I'm actually kind of curious, did we get all of it? We missed 1, we missed Ghoul from the Depths. But yeah, we got, oh actually there's also this guy, which I never met. That's kind of neat. Yeah, so instead of having the generic ghouls, they kind of had more specialized ones, and they all provided victory, which was kind of nice. Alright, so yeah, with 9 experience, we definitely have some things we can play around with, so give me 1 moment and we'll do some upgrading. Alright, Maria Lambos is going to be pretty straightforward. So I do have 2 arcane researches and it down the rabbit hole. So the first spell I upgrade, for example, this Rite of Seeking, it's going to cost, going from level 0 to level 4, it would usually cost 4, but arcane researchers will drop that down to 2, and then down the rabbit hole reduce it down to 1. So this one will cost me just plus 1. What level 4 does is plus 2 will when you do the test, and you'll get 2 additional clues from that location. So it's pretty significant, so it's very good for those 4 clue locations. It does cost 5 to play though. And then the second Rite of Seeking is only going to cost 3 for the second use of Down the Rabbit Hole. So that's a total of 4 experience. And then I'm going to go ahead and upgrade both my Moonlight Rituals. It'll end up getting a wild symbol, and on top of that, they become fast, which is very good. And also you can remove Doom from non-elites at your location. So it doesn't have to be her cards now. She can actually do it on other people's cards, as long as they're non-elites. And the Name of the Moon. So yeah, we'll go ahead and grab both of these. That's a 2 and 2, so that's I've spent a total of 8 experience, and I'm going to bank the last experience. So that is it for Marie. I will go ahead and take Lita Chandler with us. I mean, she does provide soak and that and all that good stuff, and I can always replace the Arcane Initiate. As for Sister Mary, her first spell upgrade will cost 0. Will be reduced by 2. So I'm going to go ahead and take one of her Rite of Seekings and just make it level 2. So level 2 is pretty similar. It still only costs 4, and it gives the plus 2 willpower on the test, but it only gives 1 additional clue, not 2. So I'll go ahead and add that to the deck. That costs 0 because of the arcane researches. And then I'm going to go ahead and get Sacred Covenant, which costs 2 experience. It's a permanent, so it stays out in play. You're limited to 1 covenant per deck, and as a reaction, after an investigator at any location performs the reveal chaos token step of a skill test, and you can exhaust it to return any number of blessed tokens that were revealed back into the bag, ignoring their modifiers. So this is a good way to. There's a lot of situations where you'll draw blessed tokens that you just don't need. So this is a way to get them back in the bag, and then they'll stay in the bag for her to actually use it for other things. So that will cost her 2 experience. And then I'm going to replace the Robes of Endless Night with Nephthys. She costs 4 experience and 3 resources to play. She's an ally, blessed. Provides a lot of symbols there, and then she just having her out in play gives plus 1 willpower. And then as a reaction, when 1 or more tokens would be removed from the chaos bag during a test, you can seal them on Nephthys instead. So the idea is have this out to kind of keep the blesses in the bag until you get Nephthys out, and then use her to get all the blessed tokens. And then you can exhaust her as a lightning bolt to release 3 of those blesses either back into the bag or back into the token pool to deal 2 damage to an enemy at your location. So very, very powerful. She does have 2 health and 2 sanity as well. So replacing the Robes of Endless Night with her. And then so that I so far spent 6 experience. I'm going to go ahead and replace both my Shrivelings with Brand of Cthulhu. This was the spell I talked about earlier. It's actually both a Guardian and a Mystic card, so this can actually be upgraded all the way to level 5 or whatever the max is for Brand of Cthulhu. I think it's 4. What it does is it's a spell that takes up an arcane slot, costs 2 to play, has 6 charges, and as you can do an action to fight, and you can either use your fist or your willpower, whichever you prefer, and you get plus 1 skill value for that attack. and if you succeed, you can spend 1 or 2 charges, and instead of the standard damage, you'll deal 1 damage per charge spent. If you succeed by 0, you will lose an action, though. So what's nice about this is you can actually attack into someone else's engaged enemy, and if you fail the check, you'll actually do 0 damage to your ally because you're not spending any charges. So it's very, very handy. It doesn't have as much overall power as a Shriveling, but it's cheaper, and you have a little bit more flexibility on how you should use your charges. And the higher level one has like 9 charges, which is really helpful. And I can upgrade that for cheap once I get after this upcoming scenario. So replacing these with Brand of Cathugas. All right, and then the last experience point, because that was 1 and 1, so that was 2. I spent 2 here, 4, and then Nethys was 4, so 8. The last experience I'm putting into Inscription of the Hunt for the Runic Axe. We already know what's coming with the all the running around the city and trying to get all the cultists type thing. So Hunt, I think, will be more useful as far as keeping the mobility going. So with all of that, we are good to go for next time. So far, it went pretty well. I think it's more not necessarily the decks themselves or the characters, but more just kind of the fact I'm using the entire card pool of Arkham Horror from beginning to present. That being said, it still went pretty well, so I'm pretty happy about that. Also, it is just the return of the very first campaign, so it is what it is. Anyway, I am the Depressed Hero. This was Arkham Horror, the card game. We did return to Night of the Zealot, the Gathering, and we'll see you guys next time for the Midnight Mask.